good. Then this philosophical class, then good is a good deed and goodwill and a good person to be. However, there are a lot of questions in everyday life, some actions and situations. And in the front page you can see, is it ever okay to lie, or is fighting ever justified, or three and others and moral rules that everyone should obey? Those are the three questions I want you to think about at the last. Then, how to be good in this case? The moral code is usually well known and every places. Then also ethic is a subject that schools can teach. Now let's take a look at number 1. The morals are they any use? Or is it very useful or not? How to make it? Is there's 3 types of thinking. Okay? The moral is the one how to behave. How to behave. Then, another is this one, making decisions. Which is good, which is bad, which is better, which is worse, or which is less worse, all the kind of things. That is the way of the thinking of the morals. Then, number 3 is taking responsibility. If you take a decision or decide how to behave, then there comes outcome. Then you should take responsibility on the action that we act and the output. Then, how is this promise and double booked? Then what you should do, what is a better idea to behave, decisions and responsibility. If there's some problem occurred about the promised things, so for example you see it in the picture and have a time and schedules, or again schedule again, or make a room or time for other people. That is the morals, how to behave, how to make a decision, and taking responsibility. These 3 are basic things we think about the morals. Okay, now let's go on to the next page, page 79. Number 2, why should I? Why should I? Ought to or should as words is we better to do that, or just a good idea to do that. That is ought or should. These are really moral ones or practical ones. That is a question. Here's 2 examples. One example is here. If your shoe has shoelaces, then that is you should put tie up your find out your shoelaces handy. That is very, very practical. If your shoelaces are unwinded, it's not easy to walk or run. So, this is practically correct, not the moral. However, what about the hurt people or hate or those kind of things that hurt people. Usually the moral say that never hurt people, do not hurt people. That is the answer to no. Then why? Then if this is moral, because this is very bad, so that's out of the questions. There's no moral. And the moral says you never hurt other people. However, and why? I want to kick him. I dislike her. And I want my hurt. Then the teachers will say, okay, well listen, if you hurt other people in return hurt you. So you behave in return. That is a very practical way. So you should not hurt people. So this is practical. So sometimes the moral and the practical explain in one situation altogether to persuade children. But philosophically, these two are opposite way of thinking and the same situation. This is a story about the horse and shoes. Now let's go on to number 3. Next page again. Where do horses come from? If you find some science formula, that comes from experiments or the mathematics and the physics. But how come you can find where the moral come from? Usually, that is from person or God. There's two types. Most of the cases, the reason is a person. From the family, or school, or region, or books, or media. Those are judged from some people or from one person. Said and talked and persuaded. Then you are persuaded to accept the moral. Then, after this religion, the reason is because God. So, because God says so, so we should do that. Because God says so, then that is a correct way. Either really so, or only because someone said, that is another question. If some other people say that is really true, or recently, and this year, the media is too strong. Not only the TV, but also influences of the YouTube or SNS, other TikTok or those buttons. Those influencers make that decision as a moral, then the people and viewer and the audience got brainwashed. That's a possibility. So, where the morals come from is another way of thinking. Number 4, let's go on to next one. Next page. Why be good? Why be good? So being good or become good is another way, in other words, that is selfishness than act. That is one idea. Selfish is very bad for the moral, and selfishness is good for the moral. So everything for other people. That is the moral. Then act. However, the philosophers tell you another type of thinking is selfishness can hide on selfish motive. So, selfishness is a good way to understand the good moral. However, selfishness can be selfish, just hide it. How come they're selfish and hide it? Here's two examples. Number one, tidy my room is a small boy said. Then that is only one good thing, then more is good, tidy my room. However, as a boy, think of this, daddy will be happy, very nice, more than well. Then, buy me ice cream. That is another reward he is thinking of. And before the reward, dad will be happy, that's another good thing. Then this is moral secret. So we're going to make good. If the end is to make the daddy happy or make the room tidy, that is always the moral, that's good. However, if the buy me ice cream could be another aim or goal, if that is the end last goal, then why the good is in selfishness can hide selfish motive. So with this we will get moral. Next one. I am kind to others. Very good way to say, and if it is true, you are a really nice person. Then I am very kind to others. However, then they might be kind to me back. Often people say like that, even in Japanese language, which I like, or the principal's speech and every semester. That is often the case, this is told. Then be good to others, in return you will be good too by them. So, if they have this answer, that is very selfish motive, and selfish motive is hidden by the first one, I'm kind to others. This kind of pattern in generosity will be returned. Is this your moral, yes or no? Then this type of thinking is often used in international negotiations. So the many countries have is very hard benefits to get, then how to negotiate other countries as much as possible. Then that will be the one device. Okay, now let's go on to next one, next page. Pursuit of happiness. Everyone, of course, including any creature, pursue his or her or his happiness, of course, as well. Then, pursuit of happiness, then there is one idea to get the best happiness. Utilizing. Utilizing, that is way when you have the moral dilemma, then which to choose is one problem. Then there is a formula. Utilitarian utilitarianism. Okay? Utilitarianism. Utilitarians have their formula, the greatest number and greatest happiness. This is not always 100%. This is not always everyone's full happiness. Then Calvinists are much other way. So you can see in the picture the balance of the people here, and the opposite way the balance of the other people. There is some plus in people, minus side of people. Then they have their happiness, they happy or right. So it varies person to person. Then the greatest number, greatest happiness is the most possible happiness whole amount, the calculation. Then utilitarianism can make will do. So this is one formula and answer. Ben Sam often says about this in some philosopher. Then other way to judge is number 6 is judging actions. And explain. This is deontology. Deontology, there's one thing, one action related to good or bad decide, not consequences for one single action. For example, betray and say or wrong to betray. If you have some situation to make happiness, before that you have to betray somebody. That is wrong, because betray is always bad word. That is deontology. Deontologically, bad is only the action is bad and the decision will be only this one. Now let's go into number 7. Next page. Do what good people do. Okay? These good people, good people This good people must be the excellent good people in the end of time. Then, when you have somebody here and he or she is really good person, then his action, his deed, his behavior will be the answer always. Then do what he or she do, that is the answer. That is called virtue ethics. Virtue ethics. Virtue ethics. Then, so we should, this is easy, just to imitate is easy. And as an example, the big part to destroy or make a small part, then we will have to decide. And Alan is a good person to decide. But this good one isn't here, then how can we find yes, Alan and ask him? Very difficult. So, anytime we should guess. After the, if he were here or if she were here, then what do we do? Then this is very good word for Christians, WWJD. Let's start for what would Jesus do? What Christian people usually have to ask that do what people do, do what Jesus do. Then Jesus is always answer with Jesus was not here. He died very long time ago. So we have to guess and think that what would Jesus do if he were here? Then that is an answer. This is virtue ethics. Okay? Now let's go on to next page, 26. Rules are relative. Rules are relative. Different family has different rules, and different region has different rules. Japanese mothers often say uchiwa soba. And that is the difference between any regions. And judgments are only true in that community. Only in that community. That is, the laws are relative to some places or some community. Okay, now let's go on to the next one section. There are some rules for everyone. So, these are the rules, and in most cases, rules for that community, rules that for that school, that's also the case. But this is a kind of exception. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That is not so ancient times, 18th century or 19th century, Industrial Revolution in the United Kingdom or Europe. Because Industrial Revolution is a really big action of the historical matters, there are a lot of factories and people really want work the factories and make a lot of happiness. Then, because they need a lot more labor, so for the labor, the kids are forced to work a very longer time, more than 40 hours a day. Then that is very hard. So the idea never make children do work. This is the kind of declaration, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This will be the rules for almost everyone, no exception. This is an idea. Okay, now number 10 and 11 is a trial for you. So, which to take? Take a look at next page, the 88. Test your ethics. This is very famous ethic. That switching yes or no. Then you see this picture and the twin comes and it is switching. One way is one person here. Then if you switch, just one person will killed. Now if you don't understand at all, then many people were killed and were well. So in this case, only you have the decision to switch or not. That is very famous time to think of. Alright. Which do you want to switch or not? Sakura? Switch. search and kill one person. That is one answer. Then, okay, how about number 11? The next base, this is a car, okay? And self-driving car is very dreamful and very fantastic one, really we want. And very soon, in the near future, we will have the driving car, self-driving car. So even you do not have any driver's license, even a high school student can ride in a car. Then the car itself goes purely to you. You do not have to drive. That is good idea and very nice idea to have the self-driving car. But here's one problem. That problem is because car is a machine, you need program. And then program in the car. Any situation. Or you see this picture, then here, the car, there's a car. And going very dangerous situation. And go out of the way and can kill some people and handle will fail to avoid the left chance, then there will be only one person or guy killed. So, the which to decide. In this case, not you, but your program should do this. So, this is a real moral code. Which code would you select? So, 3 kids or 1 old people, 1 old guy, 1 old person. Okay? And in this case, you can't please. In which do you program 3 kids, 1 old guy? Very, very difficult, of course. One old guy. Okay. So, this must be a program, not you drive. When you drive, you can answer to yourself first of all. This is a program, so not a responsibility to you, but responsibility on the program. That is another one to very difficult. And when it comes to the difficult questions are here, too difficult to understand. Then there's example, the right to die after the patient, the hardship patient, the heart to be born, and you see how right to die, or capital punishment. Is it really the punishment, or is it a murder or punishment, capital punishment? Then medical ethics. Medical people often the case have a lot of secrets, very private, patients. So is it okay to have, or is it moral, always yes or no? That is related to the privacy too. Then war, people often make a war, and even now there are a lot of wars in the world. And really want, or really do, is a reality, morally yes, the moral is good, moral good yes, or the ethics right. Then making law, making law makes a restriction to others, and how the wife depends on the how the law made. And who has advantage, we have disadvantage by making law. So this is another difficult decision. Okay, this is all about how to be good. Okay, be good is very easy, but every minute type of situation, we have a lot of things to discuss with him, not in an instant way to answer, but very instantly, very secondly, we have to behave what to do the next time. So this is often the case we have in daily life. So this is a good time, a good chance we can think of this. Then what good is. Alright? That is all for today. Thank you very much. See you next time.